You ain't ticking how you supposed to be ticking and talking. Okay, yeah, give me that, give me that, give me that. Can I do this? Because I need to. Because I need to. All right, all right. I do think we are recording. So we gonna just jump right into it because usually my laptop like to decide when it's not gonna work and when it's gonna work. So I'm not gonna give it no chances. Besides, maybe to change the lighting up a little bit. Yeah, I like that one works better. All right, so what's good? What's not? Tell me why. And remember, my comment sections are and always will be a safe space. I had to give it a second because my computer was being a little. It was acting like how it be acting, y'all. Y'all know how I be acting, and I mean, if you don't know how I be acting, I feel like I be telling y'all how I be acting every single video. That's why I don't post this regularly because my computer be like, I don't feel like it today, even when I be feeling like it. It's very annoying. Okay, it's like dealing with an unruly child, but it's working today, and I'm gonna just get right into the video. I ain't gonna give it no chances to do what they like to do. So if you did not read the title and you just clicked on it, thank you for doing that for my videos. You know that means you rock with me, okay? And it's making me all emotional just thinking about it. But today I'm gonna tell y'all how I rock with the cast of Baddies Africa, okay? Because Baddies just ended, or this specific season of Baddies just ended this past Sunday. And I figure we might have a Sunday off of Baddies, period, this upcoming Sunday. So hopefully, if my computer decides to actually keep this whole video, unlike it did my Scream 7 trailer reaction, uh, I'll be able to post this on Baddie Day and then, throw a lot of Baddie content out there. So you know how I like to do when it comes to ranking and doing tier rankings and stuff like that. I don't explain them. I just explain them as I throw people into the tiers. And if you watch my Baddies Going Wild uh, cast ranking video, it's basically the same tiers here. So, yep, it's already doing stuff. Okay. So we just gonna get right into it. With the first person, one of my favorites from Baddies, Tommy Motherfucking. And even though she was only there for her, I think you could maybe count it for a whole episode because technically she came in like an end. You know how Zeus do; they bring them in at the end of the episode to get people to watch the next episode. So she came in at the end of one episode, did her one little thing with Rolly. Apparently, like her leg was hurt or whatever when she had that fight with Rolly. But we're not gonna give her no excuses because we, at this point, as people who've been watching her since Love and Hip Hop fans, we have come to realize that Tommy don't really got hands like that. Not like how we want her to. However, Tommy is one of the baddest bitches that ever walked the earth, okay? Ever. Ever. And I'm going to continue to put her baddest up with my own. I don't care if she does one episode, a whole season, a half season. Actually, I think she's going to be there for the whole season of Baddies USA. I cannot wait to see that. Because I love seeing Tommy on my screen. Like, I wish she could turn me straight. Anyway, next up, we got Amber Rose, and I'm gonna put her in barely a baddie. Just only because only thing keeping her in barely a baddie is the fact that she beat up Jocelyn. Yeah, on College Hill. Yeah, I seen the unedited fight. She beat up Jocelyn. She ain't fight nobody on baddie. She didn't really get into no drama. She really was just there to bring her niece to get beat up. And that was not cute. So I'm gonna. Yeah, barely a baddie. Barely a baddie is for the people who just look good. They just look good. They might have some hands, but they don't have the whole package. And when it comes to the whole package for baddies, this is not her show. I don't know why she was even on here. She could have came, dropped her knee, did the little charity thing, and pieced out. She ain't have to do nothing else. But that's not what happened. Speaking of her niece, we just gonna put her goofy self right there at the bottom of bad casting, which is exactly what that tier sounds like. It means, why were you here? Seriously. Clearly, she was there to be a lackey, a chinian, if you will, for Natalie, and fight DTB. And she fought DTB. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was a moment of silence for both ass beatings that she got. She did better the second time, but not that much better. She still ended up on the ground. All right, so now into the cast themselves. Oh my god, I do. I don't care. I don't like Natalie Nunn. I'm gonna put it. Matter of fact, yeah, she gonna stay behind on Amber Rose. I can't stand me no Natalie Nunn. Like I'm so sick of seeing this woman on my screen. I've had to deal with her and her chin and her craters in her face since 2010. Because I didn't watch her original season. The first thing I see her on was like the casting specials for some of the Bad Girls Club, and then for the All Star Battle, which was like, oh my god, she like threw a hissy fit, left the first episode, then came back. It was like a whole thing. But I'm gonna put her barely a baddie just because like she have her moments where she'll like eat with her little one liners and stuff when she talking shit about the girls and stuff like that. But the whole package all together, it's like woman, just be behind the camera. Just be an executive producer. You don't got to get into no fights. You can just orchestrate the drama behind the scenes and make sure you got a fire ass season to put out. But she want to be a star, so she going to continue to put herself on screen, which is like whatever. Hopefully, like I'm not gonna lie, because there'll be times where I actually do actually enjoy Natalie as a character on my screen. I actually want to see her on House of Villains. That's so random, but I want to see her on House of Villains. There's potential for her to be like actually likable, but she ain't really doing that. So we just gonna give her barely a baddie. Summer no other. Woo! This is gonna be hard for me. You know what? No, I gotta put her on stand up business. Cause wait, did she do some whack shit this season where she wasn't really? Nah, that wasn't really nobody. She wasn't really ducking no smoke. Summer don't duck no smoke, and she actually like learn how to fight between seasons. Because last season on Baddies East, she was getting. Oh wait, I'm sorry, that was Baddies Midwest. Baddies Midwest, she was getting walked in every single fight. Besides when she was fighting Slim, she was getting straight up dog walked. This season, she gave Pretty P a run for her money. She was giving it to Cold Killer damn near every time they fought. I don't want to say it because I like Cold Killer, but Summer was getting with her program every single time. I don't want to put her on there just because of the Emmett Till comment, but if we being real, do I put her at basic baddie just because of the Emmett Till comment? I almost want to put her at basic baddie because of the Emmett Till comment, but I can't do that to her. She said Big Lex next. I'm gonna put her on stand on business too. It's business that I don't really care for. It's business that I think is petty. It's business that I think is for camera time. It is business that I think is producer influenced. But I'm pretty sure almost every week people were talking about Big Lex throughout the entire season. Possibly even me being one of them. So I'm gonna put her on stand up business. She didn't really lose no fights besides the one with Fauna, and considering the amount of times that they fought, she didn't really beat on Fauna though, like the way she did on like Tammy. But you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is with Big Lex. Like she's a gorgeous girl. She just she's another one who has a lot of likability to her. Like I could see why there was a teeter totter back and forth between her being a fan favorite and one of the most hated on Midwest. Whereas I think on Africa, she just stood completely on the side of being one of the most hated. And I'm not gonna blame it on like the girls that she chose to like ride with, as far as her friends and stuff like that. Damn, actually, I think I might have to. Because the whole reason they started with the Pretty Three was because of Summer. Like, she ain't really had no problem with them. It just so happened to be three of them, and it just so happened to be three of them, and they started fighting. Like, it's kind of hard not to say if she wasn't just riding with them and she was just trying to see things from an objective standpoint, then she probably wouldn't have had no problem with those type of girls. Maybe the situation with Tavy would have still ended out the same way with her thinking she was picking and choosing and all of that other shit, but the fighting the Pretty Three, defending Dolly for taking the chain because Dolly was injured, so she trying to fight for Dolly like that. There was a couple things that I think Big Lex could have avoided to not be so hated this season, and she didn't, which actually kind of makes me want to put her on Basic Baddie, but I think actually that is what's keeping her from baddest of them all. So we could continue with Bad Dolly, and we gonna throw her in Basic Baddie just because she just whack. She really is. She trash, bro. She is so trash as a person. Like, I ain't gonna say as a person because I don't know her as a person. As a person in the show, let's say that as a character on the show, she is trash to watch. She really is. Now she be having moments where like she look good, like because obviously I believe she's a stylist. Like I can see that sometimes. Other times I do not know. Um, but as far as like the way she acts, it's annoying to watch. Like everybody kind of says she just like takes what people likes about Summer and tries to emulate that. And I can kind of see that too. The only thing I will give her is that I actually think her accent is so funny. Like I be saying "creep" now, or I'm pretty sure I just introduced the video by saying "Baddies Africa." And that was because of her. Like it's little stuff like that that I find enjoyable. But then you just got on top of that, they're throwing up the horse shit. What else did this girl do? She started the food fight at the thing, which was like, girl, all of the good food, they looked delicious. How dare you? The whole like just snatching the mic at the club, like just doing a bunch of unnecessary shit to start problems where there really didn't need to be none. Even down to like the whole her and Ivory having the whole thing where they was like supposedly mending fences for like, or yeah, mending fences for their previous beef on Midwest, but then for her only to like talk behind her back to the other girls, like that made no sense at all. And we know based how that was filmed, that definitely happened. Like the fight and her talking about Ivory to the other girls definitely happened before she had that talk with Ivory. So it's like you just told Ivory what you were saying like that. Yeah, I wouldn't even had no issue for real, for real. She just bleh. And I'm glad to that everything is happening the way it is on Baddies USA for far as what we hearing online on social media. And if you don't know, I mean, you go find out because baby, the tea is hot, piping hot. Okay. Um. Next up, we got Choco Brown. I'm gonna put her on Basic Baddie. I am because she was fine as hell, especially when she first came. The hair was hairing, the makeup was makeup, and all of it, the whole package. She looked it fine as hell. Like when K Rican made when K Rican made that confessional talk about something, this is a real African king because I don't know what else K was giving. That shit was funny as hell. But yes, because baby, she came in eating down, and she could actually fight. You know, she got some hands on her now. She kind of came off as easily influenced. Although the way that the whole situation happened between, her and DTB and, Dolly taking her to DTB room and Dolly doing that to cause problems. I guess that's kind of is DTB fault because she didn't have to hit her. Like she could have just said something to her and then maybe they would have been able to talk everything out, get an understanding like, hey, I don't fuck with her. You came down here with her, so it made it look like a thing that it wasn't. And they whole beef probably could have like not even happened on the show and they probably would have been cool. Um, which now just kind of makes me wonder what that season would have been like, because maybe Choco would have been like on DTB and Pretty P and Ivory side, and kind of rocking with them. Um, but that didn't happen. And it's not really her fault that the visa issues happened with the London part, so she didn't appear in those episodes. Also, not her fault that their visa situation didn't work out for her not to come to the reunion, which would have changed how I feel about her to get her more than Basic Baddie, but I really can't. Like, she had a couple good fights. I think she spent most of the season being like sick, so after like most of the part that she was there for. So, after Choco Brown, we have to go to the other African queen on this season. And that is LCK, good old LCK. And she is going in bad casting right on in with Latina. Is it Latina Rose? Or, yeah, because it's Amber Rose. I don't know. We just gonna call it, we ain't gonna call it nothing because I don't think I got anything else to say about her anyway. But LCK surprised the hell out of me at the reunion. Giving her out of bad casting because what she was doing at the reunion, she should have been doing throughout the entire season. Like hung with Pretty P in that second fight at the reunion. Like I know I'm not the only person who saw that. So for her to be doing the Anaconda Vice the entire season and just y'all saw my bad burn on my arm. Like she was wrapping people up like that was her job. Like that's how she knew. Like she was a boa constrictor or something. Like she wasn't throwing no hands for real. For real. I think maybe there was the one fight with Russian Cream where she was actually throwing punches, but there was fights with I think like K Rican. I believe she fought Cold Killer. I think she even fought Savy at one point. And she was not throwing no hands. But clearly with her fight with Pretty P, she can't do it, and she wasn't. So that was a flop. She did really give Instigator fabricating a whole bunch of bullshit, especially when you like listen to all of the interviews and stuff behind the scenes on what was happening throughout the season. She just gave shit starter. And that's not cute to watch. And neither was that wig. That I don't even know what to call it. Like that was just bad. It really was. It really was a bad wig. We not even like the fact that they let her continue like somebody the way that they was acting about like Lex wig when she was mad about her wig getting ripped, she should have just ripped somebody else's wig, and it should have been LCK wig, and some LCK should have thanked her for it after she did it because she came to the reunion looking good as fuck. So it's like, girl, you had the potential all along. I don't know. I don't want to talk about LCK no more. I really don't. Her accent was. Most people with accents like I'm like, oh, that at least the accent's cute. Hers was annoying. Marissa Janae. I actually want to put her in basic baddie, right at the end of Choco. No, no, no. I think I gotta throw her down. Yeah, I think I gotta throw her down to barely a baddie. I do. Because, like, she was kind of dry. And, like, not in the good dry. Like, I hope anybody who's watching this video remembers, like, the Twisted Sisters season from BGC. But Amber, like, she was dry, but it was still like, it was kind of fun. Like, there was still some personality to her dry. She just was kind of boring. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Hell. Boring. And like, girl, you let Summer beat you up. And I tried to be like, okay, maybe it was just the floor where they was fighting that had her spinning. Because in the first fight, she was windmilling, but she was hanging in there. But then at the reunion, you let Summer run up on you, and you let Cold Killer flip you. So it's like I can't give you too many tens. I can barely give you a two. Um, like yeah, she's gorgeous though, really cute. The real Big Mama. I'm sorry. The way she talked too is kind of funny too. It's like she's trying to. She kind of talk like this, like be kind of low, like she trying to whisper or something. But then even when she talk loud, it sounds like she's forcing herself to talk loud. I'm sorry. Let me stop. Russian Cream, another one bad casting. I'm sorry. Everybody talking about she look like Maya. I do not think she look like Maya. Maya's cute. Maya fine as hell. Okay. Russian Cream, every time she talked, her mouth moved to the side and it bothered the hell out of me. Same with like Jada from season 12 of Bad Girls Club. The mouth go every time they say something, it does that. And it's very annoying to not to see because like I look at people's mouth when they talk. So it's like how that's distracting. Why did I just try to do that the whole time? I got problems. She was cute sometimes though. She was cute. She couldn't fight though. She did a lot. She really just kind of gave. She was trying to show out for the cameras a lot of times. I didn't really think she was really. There was nothing really authentic about her that came through on the screen. And yeah, she like she was just trying to portray a certain image the entire time, and then when it kind of looked like it wasn't going her way, she just faded into the background, went into defense mode, and then eventually just left the show, and didn't even show up to the reunion. But then she's still doing like lives, interviews, and still going on about the show. It's like, girl, you quit, you bowed out, bow out gracefully. Next. Scotty the Body. And I low key want to put her in baddest of them all, but I will at the very least put her at the top of stand on business. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said stood on business. But yeah, I put Scotty at the top of stand on business. Like it ain't really happening. You could tell Big Legs weren't really trying to fight her, but she technically wanted to fight with Big Legs. So she then proceeded to let Big Legs bop her in the back of the head while they was in the pool. But I don't know. I like Scotty this season. I like Scotty standing up for herself and all of that. And Scotty's always been fine as hell. So we're just gonna give her 10s this season. I also feel like if Big Lex would have came at her at the reunion, like for real, like she did at Fauna and Tavia and all of that, she would have got with her program again. Or maybe she just would have got jumped. Who knows? Um, Rolly. Oh my God, we got Rolly next, and I actually have to put her on baddest of them all this season because Rolly was everything that I would like for Natalie to be on this particular season. I was very surprised because I remember when the cast got released for Baddies Africa, and I was just like, again, no, like, do we really need Rolly? Rolly could take some time in Baddies timeout. Like Biggie was in Baddies timeout. Go ahead and throw Rolly in there with her. But thank God they didn't because she really was like, the mother hen of the Baddies house. And like I said, everything that we wanted Natalie to be, or most fans will like for Natalie to be, Rolly did that. Like she got to know the girl. She spoke on things that were maybe not being spoken to the right people about, like, and actually making them. I mean, at the end, it just kind of made it seem like Fight Club. She was just making them all fight. But I feel like there also could have been like some. If y'all just want to talk it out, like y'all could do that too. Like that option was on the table, and I think the girls just kind of wanted to fight. But yeah, I really did like Rolly this season. Um, and I hope that I continue to like Rolly. Because that's what I wanted to say. There have been a lot of interviews and stuff with Rolly that I have seen that makes me feel like the stuff that I've seen are her real personality, and I've desperately wanted to see that be the Rolly that we get on Baddies. And I feel like this season was the first time we got that Rolly that she is in interviews and on lives and on social media and all of this other stuff on the actual show, which I love to see that. I love to see genuine authenticity. And moving on to Orna Mac. Nah, she's definitely going to stand on business. I don't care. I don't care because I was one of the people who was like, if I'm in the mind of Orna Mac, I'm not fighting Lex no head up either. Like Lexi, sure, she caught her out of the ring, and Anna was just like, "Bruh, I'm not fighting you. I don't even have a big problem with you like that." Da 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 da. Y'all had beef. I did. You had beef, especially with the way she bum rushed with the last reunion for Midwest, which was really just for Summer getting jumped. Which was like, well, whatever, bah humbug. But she beat up Natalie. She beat up Stunner Girl. Like she got her shit in the first episode and I think even some of that had bled into the second too of the season, and then was like, "Peace, I'm out of here." As far as her ducking the fade with Cold Killer, it didn't even seem like Cold Killer really wanted that. I feel like if Cold Killer had pressed the issue too when Bobby Lights was talking about it, then she would have been like, "Whatever, let's do this." Um, yeah. I'm hella biased. I noticed that. I will make some excuses for the girls that I actually like. Which is like, so do your own rankings in the comments. Where would you put them? Call me out in the comments if that's the case. If you feel that strong about it. Okay. Pretty P. I'm gonna put her in stand on business. I think the only thing keeping her out of baddest of them all is that I need a little more personality wise. Like I feel like I like Pretty P because we don't get to see a whole lot of Pretty P, but what we get to see we enjoy. So it's like you get a pass, babe. Um, and she beat the shit out of Dolly. Oh my god, she got her program. Do you understand me? Like, I find it funny that when Dolly came back out on stage on the part 3 of the reunion, when she called out, she's about light all the bones up, light all the bones up. She fought what was it? Cold Killer, K Regan, Tavy, but she didn't go nowhere near Pretty P. She said no. But the fact that LCK hung in there with Pretty P, I was like, oh, Pretty P, I'm looking at you a little sideways, but she handled that situation and she redeemed herself because of the whole Dolly situation. I do hope she's on the next season just so I can get more of her. Love me some Pretty P. I remember too at the beginning of the first season when they was like, "Oh, Pretty P, Pretty P, Pretty P," like that's her name. I was like, not really that pretty. Like y'all could just call her P. Like, but she grew on me this season. She did. DTB. Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna give it to her because if we taking on into account all of the behind the scenes stuff, technically that L she took at the reunion was paid for. So I ain't gonna hold that against her. I'm not. DTB always, you know what I'm saying, she stand on what she's supposed to stand on. She understands the environment that she in, which is why you get some of the stuff where she sneaking people or double team people, tag team people, whatever you want to call it. Like I feel like she do it when it's it sounds so weird to say when it's time, but like when it's appropriate time, and I guess like or I guess she does like when it makes good TV, like or when she do stuff like that, it usually influences the storyline and kind of keeps going. And like she said at the reunion, when she do sneak somebody or tag them or whatever, if they want that, they can get that whenever she say they can, unless they just bum rush her. But I don't think there's ever been a time that she's turned down a fight, especially when somebody called her out directly. Um, so just for that alone, she gets in baddest of them all. But it's also the fact that DTB is entertaining. DTB is funny as hell. Um, when it comes, like she's one of those people where you could never want more from her personality because she puts it all out there to begin with. Honestly, I want more from her on the content creation side because I remember on her first season of Caribbean, she was doing reviews, and I love tuning into her reviews. Like just hearing her talk about it from her perspective with her personality, it's everything. DTB is everything. The fact that we have to start off parts of Baddies USA without DTB is gonna be like, bruh, come on, bruh, y'all tripping. But moving on to Ivory, and oh, I ran in battle so long. I'm trying to think of why can't I? Like she don't go over nobody, but Ivory was dope as hell this season. Like I didn't dislike Ivory not one bit. I think maybe just because she left early, she would have stayed the whole time. I would have probably she probably would have been at the top of the list, but duck no smoke. She was doing the whole. She act like a OG, like embracing the new girls. You know, trying to help them out when they was fighting and stuff. Like, hey, do this, do this, do this. Like she ain't just trying to let nobody get beat up, which is dope. Ain't nobody asked for that, but at the same time, I wasn't really mad at it. Yeah, I think that's really all we got on Ivory. Tavy, baby. Now I'm gonna have to put her into on business as much as I want to throw her in the top because I do really like her. I hate the fact that people kept calling her Tavi when it's like her name is Octavia. Clearly, it's Tavy because it's not Octavia. But I'm sorry, I'm really a stickler when it comes to like names and get people named right and saying them correctly. Even like because she don't even care about it. She said it in an interview, but for some reason it matters to me. Um, if I think the only thing keeping her out of baddest of them all is the fact that she let herself get dropped by Lex so many times. I'm like, girl, if you gonna keep going back for this, I'm gonna need you to address your strategy a little bit. Stick and move, baby. Although Big Lex got some long ass arms, so it's hard to get that. You really gotta work on the inside game when it comes to her. Like inside game, get her on the ground. Actually, for real. In the future seasons, I'm gonna need for girls to start taking Big Lex where she don't want to be, which is to the floor. Okay, ground and pound. All right. Um, that's really the only thing keeping her out of bad at some mall because I think she has a really dope personality. I do think she was like probably one of the most authentic girls on the actual season. Now, hold on, wait before anybody jump on my head about her holding Diamond back so that Natalie can get the best of her in their fight because Natalie snapped on her when DTB snuck her at the end of the season in London and all this other stuff. I get it. I do. I get it. That is also keeping her out of baddest of them all. All right. I can't drop her down to basic baddie because of that. I won't. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people, a lot of these girls who would say they will not do X, Y, and Z for a bag. But if you put them in the position and you let them achieve a little success, a little fanfare from a situation like this, and if Zeus really dropping the bags that they are rumored to be dropping, which I think they are, I get it. I was about to say I wouldn't do it, but who knows? I wouldn't know until I'm in a situation to say I wouldn't do it. So it is what it is there. And then last but not least, we got the Pretty Three, starting with one of my favorite. Well, actually, I like them. Well, I like two more than one. But one of the ones that I really, really liked, besides her fact that she had no hands, was K. Rican. Now, because I'm not going to. The only thing keeping her out of stand on business is the fact that though her, it's like her hands. No. Her mouth is a 10. Like between her and Animac, I don't know who. Like if you put them in like a roast off, like I don't know who's gonna get the best of who. Like she was the one who was dropping all of the one liners in the confessionals that was like super cool. I feel like every week she probably had a really, really biting confessional. Um, her mouth is a 10, maybe even a 20. All right, the hands are a 2. No. Nah, actually, I'll give her hands a 2 because I ain't never gonna take no dubs from nobody. She got the best of summer in London. She did. I don't care if she got. I gotta rewatch the fight to see if she really caught her off guard. But I'm pretty sure she just. They was fighting. Summer ended up on the ground. K. Rika ended up on top of her. Like that was it. Or at least she had the best of her before security separated them. Or the best of her before security separated them. Yeah, and her looks. K. Rika was okay. She was hurt this season. I forgot. No, I think they just was like a breakout star or whatever, and there was really no breakout stars from this season. Which I'm like, I think it was the Pretty Three and Tavy. Because every confessional look, K. Rican knocked that shit out the park. It made me so upset when we saw her reunion outfit. Because I'm like, even if that was supposed to be like, yo, I'm not trying to look cute, I'm just here to fight fit, then you should have just did sweatsuit, tracksuit, whatever, little onesie situation like Cold Killer had on. She upset me. She really, really upset me. Hopefully she get to redeem herself by coming back on next season and being on that part of the reunion and wearing something better. Because she was way too fine to go out like she did. And then the one in the Pretty Three who I didn't really care for throughout the season, but really won me over this reunion, Coco. Um, mm, mm. If I put them next to each other, for some reason, it's feeling like I might have to put her on basic bad. Cause really, okay, if I have to justify it, she just talk hard. She don't really talk slick like how K. Regan do. Like K. Regan's confession was funny, like it was witty. Cole Killer just kind of talk like a wannabe thug, like, but I like that might actually just be her personality. It just sounds like a wannabe thug. So that's the only thing keeping me like from like she's just kind of basic baddie to me, and like her looks was like here and there. Some of them was real basic, other ones was like she really tried, and I feel like if she tried all the time, I could at least put her on stand on business. Although if we talking about like the with the fighting and the drama and all of that, she was another one that she didn't duck no smoke. She fought damn near everybody in the house. So yeah, because even if I'm looking at it, the only people she didn't fight was Amber Latina. Amber don't really count. She wasn't really there. Amber Latina, I'm pretty sure she did fight Russian at some point. She fought everybody besides her girls and the other people she was cool with. So yeah, I actually do gotta put her on stand business. I do. Even though she don't talk better than K Rican. Actually, that's gonna be the reason why. I put Bad Dolly instead of no Dolly, no Dolly. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. And her hands was handsing a little bit more than K Rican's. Not a whole lot, cause she was already getting mopped up by Summer. Excuse me. And I ain't gonna give her no excuses to be like, oh well, she's Summer taller than her and all of this other stuff. Because it's like, it is what it is in baddies, okay? Everybody whooping everybody. That's what they say. Ain't no weight classes in baddies, all right? If you end up talking to this person, you might get hit. And that's just how that goes. But last but not least, we have Miss Fauna herself. Don't forget it. It's Fauna, okay? Not Faunia, not Fanta. It's Fauna, okay? And, I think I do have to put Fauna in best of them, baddest of them all. Because even though she didn't really, she wasn't really winning the fights with Lex throughout the season the way she thought she was, it's almost a bigger accomplishment for Lex to have to wear that eye from for basically for the entire season. Because in every confessional, I was like, what the fuck is up with Big Lex eye? Like, who did that? Like, I was really, really trying to figure it out the entire season because she was mopping through them for real. So I'm like, bro, who got the best of Big Lex of all people? And then it came out that Fauna used a weapon. She had mace on her hands and all this other shit. And it's just like, you get to the fight and it's just like, nah, she just beat you that time. Like, she just got you that one time. Like, so just for her being able to fight Big Lex as many times as she did and not walk away looking like how Tavy did. None of the times, like you never saw her busted eyes, swollen mouth leaking. Like there was like maybe one time you saw her mouth bleeding, but I think that was when she fought Dolly, not Big Lex. Um, yeah, yeah, that's my ranking of the baddies from Baddies Africa. And like I always say, well, I did say I was going to explain the tiers, which I did, except for Baddest of them all. Baddest of them all just basically mean any season, any time, any show. It don't even really matter. It don't even got to be baddies. I want to see these people do more. I'm not gonna lie. Fauna, I be wanting. I don't like saying her name like right, like Fauna. I like Fauna. I like doing it little New York accent, Fauna. Like she's somebody I would like to see on like a challenge show. I would love to see her on the challenge. I really do. Like, girl, get off baddies. Go do something a little more competitive. Like when they did like the little ninja thing. Like she was like one of the only people that like completed and do it. And I'm like, that might be your bad girl. Call MTV and call Burn to Mary and get that together. Um, still on business. Do I want to move any of them up to baddest of them all? No, because I think they all got glaring flaws that keep them out of the top of the baddies. And we got it right on the mark with basic baddies. I do not feel bad about putting Bad Dolly down there, even though she was like one of the driving forces behind most of the drama this season. Most of the drama this season was not fun to watch. The season as a whole was actually like one of my least favorite seasons to watch, even compared to Baddies Midwest, where we had a lot of Slim just getting dragged and treated like trash by Rolly. Like I would rather watch that than watch Baddies Africa, just to keep it G. Um, and yeah, really everybody under Basic Baddie could have not been on the show, and I think it would have made the season better. It would have. So that is my ranking of the cast of Baddies Africa. Okay, and maybe I'll do another ranking for the Baddies USA cast, or at least the cast for Chapter 1. Um, Probably do that just to get some Baddies USA content out there, and just kind of maybe like talk about like the cast and rank them for most excited to see them, least excited to see them, that sort of thing. Probably will go back and rank the actual Baddies seasons. I might even do some just because I like it that much. I might even rank the Baddies intro songs just because specifically, if I include the Baddies one, wow, that's number one because I'll be listening to that song like it's a regular song. I'm not even gonna hold you. And because of that song, one of the other Baddies intro songs came up on my YouTube the other day, and I was like, wait, this shit actually got a hit. So yeah, definitely more Baddies content. And like I said, I did intend on doing another. I did only one horror movie for Halloween, which is like crazy because I love Halloween. I tried. I tried to do at least a Scream trailer reaction. It did not work out. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried to rank the Halloween movies. It didn't work out. But hey, y'all got baddie stuff. So I'm also gonna try to I ain't even gonna say what I'm gonna try to do. I'm just gonna try to do it and hopefully it comes out. But until then, see you next time. Like I said, I hope y'all like this video as much as I liked recording it. I hope y'all like it more than I like this season of Baddies Africa. Let's just be honest. Although I did like most of the cast. Okay, as you can see by how it panned out, I love most of the cast. So that being said, until next time, see you on the scene. Peace.